Record. Okay, and welcome back to another episode of the Day After Podcast.
What's up, guys? So I'm not in the room right now because Joe has didn't realize how loud my screams were and my high pitched things. So he
It
thought of
catches you off guard very easily.
he decided to leave. He decided to go so far away to Northern California, so he's not able to hear it
Yeah,
in close proximity.
yeah. It was really too much to handle. That Figgy swap right before the merge, that was crazy.
My favorite Brantsteele moment.
Yeah.
By the way, guys, Happy New Year.
Happy New
Um,
Year's.
it's 2020. I have figured out for myself has been the year of Survivor. Not only did I meet Jeff Probst, um, you know, Winners at War was such a huge milestone, the 20th anniversary of the show, obviously,
Mhm.
and me just like rewatching every single season up until 38. Um, didn't have time for the last two, but oh well.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
fresh on
We can
those,
really
so
say you're caught up now because we've already reviewed 39 and 40, so you basically already know them.
yeah. I mean, like I knew big stuff that happened in like the 34, I'd say 35 through 37. I was foggy on. It's just I had so much things going on during that time that I think my memory chose to remember those things more as opposed to Survivor. So shame on past Ryan, but my New Year's resolution is to not ask uh, Joe what happened with this person. So
Yes, yes. Now you be telling me what actually happened, and it's gonna be great.
exactly. Alrighty. So
Okay, so with this one, we're doing a all women's season. That's right. 18 women are going to be duking out for another spot into our all Winners at War episode. Uh, a huge reason that we did this was because we are a little lacking on the women, so we want to at least secure this one to be a women winner to
yeah.
move on.
Also, it's nice to be like, you know what? You know what? It's just cool to like appreciate the women of Survivor because
Mhm.
not all of them get like a fair rap. Like
True.
like even while they're game playing, they mention like, oh, like because like sexism is brought up and like a percentage of how many people find an idol, which we'll get into a second. Someone who brought up
Hmm.
that little fact. Um, and this is a great way to like celebrate the women of Survivor as well, which I look forward to.
Yeah, yeah. A lot of women, Survivor ends up kind of editing them as like writing coattails and kind of, just like playing the second fiddle to someone else. But, this time we're going to make sure that that doesn't happen. All guys are out of here. It's going to be a women war. It's going to be crazy.
Yeah. So let's introduce the warrior.
Yes. So this first tribe is my tribe of women. So starting off, we got Angelina Keeley. David versus Goliath, one of my favorite seasons. She's just such
Oh
a
yeah.
great villain from it. Like she's just like you just don't like her, and you laugh that you don't like her. Like everything she
Like
does is just hilariously bad.
yeah, she's very, very type A, and it just is so. She's fun to watch, uh,
Mhm.
and like she is very convincing for someone who doesn't necessarily like because that was a big season with a lot of people with a lot of big personalities, and she's still a standout from that, and that says a lot.
Yeah, exactly. Like I picture that being like the next Coggy where they keep bringing a bunch of people back from that season because I
Oh,
feel like
definitely.
it has so many people that can get brought back.
Oh yeah, I totally agree.
So yeah, she's also done pretty well in our brand steals. I think she's been on it twice, right? And she's made it to the ends.
I believe so. At least
Yeah,
one of them.
yeah. I think she's come back a second time. I know that there's someone else who's made it to two final tribals. um,
Yeah.
so let's see if she can do that again.
All right.
Okay.
Let's see.
Next up, we got Mama C from Worlds Apart. Um, You know, she was one of the people like if Mike didn't win, I wanted her to win. Like that was how I
Honestly,
was going into it.
I was rooting. Like I went into that notion: if a no caller doesn't win, I want it to be Mama C.
Yeah.
And she, I mean, she's like, granted, Will and her tied for second place, but let's be real. Goat does it. Carolyn was not a goat. Mama C deserved, a couple more votes than what she got. I understand Mike
So
played a very, very great game. And
yeah.
sometimes, as we'll see with her and the next person, if someone just does so well in something so like uniquely crazy, it sometimes overshadows,
Yeah.
another great player in
I
the game.
actually didn't realize when I casted this that what I did here, I actually put the two people who got the most controversial losses, who got like that second place finish, which
Upset
is
a little
Carol,
bit.
yeah, Mama C and Christy. I didn't realize that I put them on the same. They're
I
like the
mean,
same. They're like the same thing.
a little bit. A little bit, except like Chrissy, it was like the flip side where Chrissy was the challenge beast,
Yeah,
and
and Ben was just playing idols.
you know, yeah, um, it's bizarre, but they both have C as their first name, so it's like they were
Uh,
gonna be next to each other.
that's interesting. Yeah, well, I feel like I've already talked a little bit about Chrissy here.
Yeah, yeah.
um, so yeah, now we got Sari Fields coming back yet again to our Brantsteele.
No stranger to Survivor, no stranger to our Brantsteele, and no stranger for making these seasons very, very entertaining and
Yes.
get the best reactions out of us.
Yeah, she not always manages to break up alliances before they really get going.
Yeah.
So she's been on quite a bit of them. I don't think she did it the last time. I think the last time she tried to play it easy, but she keeps going out pretty like pre-merge now. Like she hasn't made the merge in a while.
It could be possible. Yeah, definitely. I mean, we talk about Sari a lot on here,
Mhm.
so what else can we really say?
Yeah, I mean she's one of the best.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah. Okay,
Speaking of
speaking of
being
another one of the best, Danny
not
Boatwright.
even, not even. She's the most forgettable winner in the history of Survivor, and I'm sure she's a nice person. I'm sure. God, I feel bad for how much it's like cyberbullying on my part at this point, but I don't want to. I think it's just in contrast because she's getting praise. I think she just kind of was like, when in doubt, it's a character choice. And, when you through this stuff, it's like you kind of go with it and then you kind of like justify what happened. Ah!
Listen, you're gonna be
But,
eating those
it's a
words
brand
because she's
steal.
winning this brand
She has a
steal.
fair shot. Uh, she has a fair shot, and I'm willing to be open to see how she does in this. I'm not
Like the
going
only
to hate
reason
on
you
her.
don't
I
think is
already
because
got that out.
Survivor just doesn't show her amazing game because she didn't let them see her amazing game. She purposely held
You,
back information until literally it happens at tribal.
I feel it's a he said, she said, and what Danny said. So, anywho,
Okay.
you know, if she makes it far, cool beans. Good for her.
Yeah, she's
I'm
winning.
not gonna hate on her.
She's
All my hate
100%.
is
She's 100% winning this season.
just I feel like with the amount of great women we have here, the great female contestants we have here, it would be a little bit of a shame. However, she, I hope she's gonna do what she's gonna do, and we'll
And
just
she's gonna
go
get to
with it.
the end, and she's gonna get to the end with like a charisma, and they're gonna just be like, I guess
Uh,
Danny.
we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah. Okay. So now we got Denise Stapley from Philippines.
Uh,
Another great contestant.
yeah.
She's been on
I
our Brand Steel before, but I don't know where. or how she did.
I mean, I think I put her. Did I put her on Heroes? I
I
feel.
think you did.
I know
Yeah.
I've chosen her once or twice.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, great contestant.
Hmm.
Very very low key, but like, yeah, she's like she's like a she is a sleeper threat, and you know how I
Hmm.
appreciate sleeper threats
Yeah.
in this game.
Yeah. No, I'm excited to
Yeah,
see what she can do. I hope she makes it far too, because she's someone who I'd also want to bring back for All Stars, I'd say.
yeah, we'll
Um,
see.
okay, now this is technically their first time on our Brantsteele, but this is their first time on our Brantsteele Survivor, and that is
Yep,
Karishma Patel.
yep, Karishma.
Yeah,
Uh,
she died very early on in our Hunger Games simulator, but here
you
she
know, she
is.
she was brought back to life for this because
Yes,
we needed her on.
yeah.
You know, she is. I
So
feel
yeah.
Karishma
As you
just
all
needs
know, Karishma is one of my favorite contestants from Island
just
of
needs
Idols.
confidence, and she can do so well. I feel like if they brought her back, she could actually do very well because now that it's her second time around, she may be a little less insecure.
Yeah, yeah, and I feel like she might have a similar case with the Cochrane. The first time she was out there, she felt like no one really liked him. They didn't really like him, and all that kind of stuff. And I feel like if
It's
she came back, it might be very different because now she's in the community. Like people like her now, like the people who are who would get brought back. So there's a very good possibility that it kind of gets flipped.
it could. I mean, look, her profession, like she studies law, all that stuff, that makes for a great survivor contestant. It's just like that's why I was so surprised when she was like flipping out a lot and like having emotional breakdown after emotional
Mhm.
breakdown out there. You know,
Mm.
we'll
Yeah,
see.
she just couldn't
We'll
handle
see
it.
how that pans out in
Yeah.
this simulator.
Yeah, and she played an idol that negated like what 7 votes.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
I think
that
so.
was crazy. Okay, next up we got Lucina herself, hoping to finally play now a game without Tony Vlachos.
Yep. One of the best sleeper threats out there. Also, I think it's also poetic because unlike Mama C and Chrissy, she went up against someone that was like going crazy near the end of Survivor, going crazy as in like winning stuff, and she actually won against Brad. He
Yeah,
defeated that like big like incredible feat that one other contestant did that could potentially overshadow Lucina, but like she was able to, her gameplay was just so solid,
mhm.
and she made it to she won, and I feel like there was a pretty good chance if she had beaten Tony at Fire, she could have won Winners at War.
I think so too. I think that
I
was
think it's very
ultimately what
very
decided.
possible.
Yeah, because I don't think Natalie would have gotten enough votes to
Yeah.
still take over whoever got out of that. Like, I think she definitely gets some of
It's
those early edge votes, but like then it starts kind of trickling off her votes that she can really get the further you get into the game.
I, I don't know. Some people might be like, oh, Lucina was kind of like following Tony because they were a great pair within the show, and sometimes if one is more flashier than the other,
Mhm.
it's more likely that the flashier one gets more of the credit, and we see that happen time and time again. That's the one like downfall of the
Mhm.
sleeper threat. It's
Yeah, but
like that's the one
we
flaw of
did
it.
see her social game was at such a high level that Tony was able to leverage it for his spy nest. Like she was so confident that yeah, I could bring someone
Yeah,
over here and have a good conversation and learn information. um, yeah, no,
totally.
everyone loved her. Like it was clear that like if she made it to the end, like she's definitely getting quite a bit of votes.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
definitely one of the best.
Yeah, so someone else who I think did very good at Winners at War, even though they didn't, make it like super extremely far, but they played very hard. and that's Sophie Clark.
Yeah, definitely. She did a good time that time around. She's definitely someone where I feel like her game definitely improved because,
Mhm.
I mean, with South Pacific, it is debatable, like, did she really earn the win? I mean, she did win a few challenges.
Yeah.
It's just like, it was a little bit of vengeful jury as well as, you know,
Hmm.
Coach is a very, very polarizing person
Hmm.
where it's like either love him for his entertainment value and strategy, or you think he's just like this complete poser in a
Uh,
way.
yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
remember, she was 22 during
Yeah.
that season. Like she was so young in
He
that.
was young, literally fresh out of college,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
you
So
know,
I definitely think
boarding the
that just
plane.
that alone helped evolve her game. Just the
Uh,
fact that she kind of waited a little bit, like she had more time to develop as a person.
oh yeah, totally,
Hmm.
totally. But, yeah,
Nice. Okay.
yeah.
So that's my tribe. Let's look at Ryan's tribe.
All right. Now I know there are a lot of familiar faces, but also I've brought some new ones. But before we get to some new ones, let's talk about a familiar face, Andrea. Now, she is one of my faves. Uh, I don't think since my rewatch she's in the top 10 anymore, but like I still think she's a very, very solid contestant.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, it's I don't know. Andrea's another one we've talked about so much on the channel, and everyone knows Andrea, so it's like
Yeah, yeah. She's now become
tough
one of
to
the
really
faces of Survivor
say more
technically,
about her.
because yeah, she's been on 3 seasons and made it far. Like once you do
Yeah,
that, you can usually just kind of become a face of Survivor.
pretty much, pretty much.
Hmm.
So feel like she was because I will tell the audience at home I did switch out someone for another contestant, and I was considering Andrea. Not gonna lie, but at the same time I'm like, since this is women's at war or like Amazonians, things like that. I was like, she is iconic. She hasn't won on our Brantsteele, so I was like, yeah, I'll bring her.
Hmm. Nice. Yeah,
So
yeah. We'll see how she does.
yeah. Next up, we got Brenda, and I liked Brenda in high school. I feel like she is a smart person. It's just sometimes she puts faith in the wrong people. I mean, in Fans vs. Favorites 2, it was something where it was just like it was kind of a screwed situation in some regards where, she just won a lot of favor by giving up a loved one's reward. And the loved one reward is such a double-edged sword that it's best to just botch it. If I'm
Hmm.
to be perfectly honest, botch
Yeah,
the loved one's visit one if you
yeah,
ever go on Survivor
yeah. If you want to
because
win,
it can
don't
damage
win
your
that.
game so much. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, there's been times when
All right.
and I think it's really just up to Survivor how they divide up. But sometimes like they'll have half the people get their loved ones, and at that point, like yeah, win it. Because if you have half the people, then you can't have the bitter people turn against you. You can kind of make that group try to
Yeah,
bring one other person in and then ride your way to the end. But if it's in the case where you only
yeah,
get one or two other people, yeah, that is not a good outcome for you.
yeah. I feel like my strategy if I went out there would probably be like, oh, who did better in the challenge, or that would be like unfair. I mean, like it would be the most fair thing and the one where it could underlie, like other hidden strategy where it's like, oh yeah, I'm using this method. However, I could have like, underlying things as well.
Hmm.
Um, I would play it by ear, but anywho, enough about this guy. This isn't about men playing Survivor.
Yes.
This is about women playing Survivor.
Hell
So
yeah.
next up, we got Courtney Yates, um, one of my one of my favorites from China, probably my favorite from China. You know, she's just blonde, skinny, reminds me a little of myself, isn't afraid to speak her mind, and yeah, she has a lot of fire in her, and
Yeah.
I like fire.
Now, I should say, you've brought her twice before in our Brantsteeles, and you know what place she's finished
Yeah,
every time.
she gets
She's
slipped
been the
on.
first boot every time. Now, let's
You know,
hope that doesn't happen.
it could be. Can she revert? We'll see. We'll see. You know, I don't know, but it's possible she makes it far.
Yeah.
Um, we'll talk about reversing the curse later.
Mhm.
But you know, it'll be interesting to see where Courtney places. Will she beat Francesca's record
Mhm.
of you know, being voted out first multiple times? We'll see.
Let's see.
Anyway, next up, we have one of my favorite modern day players, Janet. And it's not necessarily because of her gameplay. It's just she is such a good person.
Mhm.
Um, she subdues or she subdues so many expectations on her season. And yeah, so I know I bring her back a lot too. So it's like
Mhm.
y'all have heard me talk about it so much, but you know, Janet is one of the people where I just, if I have an opportunity to bring her into a season, it, I highly consider it. I
Mhm.
highly, highly consider it.
Yeah, I mean, I remember we were very low on her going into the season. We were like, she's gonna be that old lady who goes out probably within the first 3 votes. And in episode 1, we immediately changed our
Yeah,
minds.
she won me over with the fire. She
Yeah,
won me, and she won her heart when she flashed everyone on the
yeah.
field.
Uh,
Yep. All right. Next up, I believe this is the Brantsteele first for us. We have Kellen from Ghost
mhm.
Island.
Yeah.
Now, I recently rewatched Ghost Island, and first of all, I was like, wow, this season is actually really good in my opinion. Like, what, I guess because that was also during like the busiest couple of months in my life,
Mhm.
but I didn't really appreciate Ghost Island for what it was. And rewatching it, I really, really enjoy Kellen's like personality, her gameplay, and like, you know, her whole thing about going with her gut. When I
Uh-huh.
feel like that's a key element in Survivor. And I feel like, you know, it's because Dom and Wendell played such a great game in there. I feel that she gets a little overshadowed because
Yeah,
of
I
that.
think
You know?
everyone gets kind of overshadowed by those two. Donathan gets a little bit of shine,
Yeah,
but like I don't think we really wanted to see too much Donathan compared to some of the other people.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I mean, yeah, I mean, it's tough because especially like if you have a terrible memory like myself, you remember the big, big things. And
Mhm.
Dom and Wendell was one of them, and Donathan was another because like he was funny, uh,
Mhm.
and he was like an underdog where
Mhm.
like, oh, he could have potentially been voted out early, but no, he did a lot of stuff throughout the game,
Mhm.
and had some truth bombs, and he was fun to watch. Anywho,
Uh-huh.
enough of the men. Enough of the men. Kellen, I think she's awesome.
Uh-huh.
Anywho,
And it's always good to see someone
all
come
right,
on for the first time.
yeah, yeah. All right, next up we got Kim, and it, it's another one where it was kind of like with Andrea. It's hard to do an all women's season, a Brantsteele,
Mhm.
without bringing someone so iconic. She has she's known for the best female alliance in history,
Yeah.
making it possible for the first final five completely of women. Like also very iconic in Survivor, so she also had to come back for this one.
Yeah, and we're doing this on the One World season, the season she won. So just like Tyson in the last episode, he had to come on, almost wins. Let's see if
Yeah,
she can not just almost win.
yeah. Who knows? She could be a winner.
I think Kim Spradlin is a modern day Danny Boatwright.
No, What the actual?
They look very
That
similar.
I can see a little bit the looks and stuff. I mean, they have certain similarities. Like I would say
uh,
the hair is kind of a big one.
uh,
But anywho, next up we have Laura Moret, who despite not kind of like when it comes to being bid out, being early in the pretty early in the merge in Samoa and getting voted off twice in Blood versus Water. She
mhm.
is a very, very strong competitor, doing so well on, Redemption Island. And yeah, I feel like I had to bring her because one, I also bring Sierra a lot. So I was like, you know what? I need to give more love to Laura. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It would have been interesting also if you brought Sierra because just like Courtney, she's been voted off very early every time you brought her.
Yeah. I tried to because
It's the
there could have
skinny
been
girls. The skinny girls just it's like they're like, oh, you can't do challenges. Get out of here.
oh oh that is so wrong. Anyway, speaking of another first boot who famously came back and came in second place, Natalie Anderson. You know, um, I enjoyed her in my first viewing of San Juan del Sur, and I didn't mind she was voted off first. My
Mhm.
when I watched Winners at War, mostly because I'm like anyone but Tyson, anyone but Tyson.
Yeah,
But through like watching her journey and just like seeing the kind of person she is, and also reading her interview really got me like looking into her mind, and it's that like ambition, that drive, that athletic competitiveness that like I feel like really draws me to her.
mhm.
That relentlessness, and
Yeah,
so like she's another one where I feel like when it comes to women of Survivor, she's another great person that represents.
yeah. I mean, she won like two of our Player of the Weeks from being on Edge of Extinction. Like that's kind of
I know
crazy that she
that
she could do that.
that says a lot. That
Yeah.
definitely says a lot. All right, and last but certainly not least, we got Tasha from one of my favorite seasons, Cagayan. Tasha, very, very strong. Like, in her original season, winning 3 challenges, she's a very well rounded contestant. And I know, and she did pretty good in the pre when it came to, second chance.
Mhm.
Sorry for that little musical riff there. But, she's a great player. And so decided to bring her on.
Nice, nice. Is this your first time on here? I can't remember if we brought Tasha in before. I think this might be our first
I'm
time.
not sure. I was wondering.
If
It
she
could
if
be
she was
your
in
first
anything, it was
time.
Hunger
I
Games. It would have to be Hunger Games, I think.
Yeah, Hunger Games brought a lot of people a lot of people from Hunger Games we haven't really brought back, which is
Yeah,
unfortunate. But regardless of that, Tasha, she's here to play, and yeah, let's
yeah,
do this
right.
thing. But before then, all right, who on your team are you most rooting for?
Danny Boatwright, hands
Okay,
down.
I'd say it would be nice for Chrissy or Sarah or Suri. I like a lot of people on your team.
Yeah.
I'd say if I had to choose, maybe Sarah Lucina.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
Okay. And then who's your
All right,
favorite on your tribe?
on my team, you know what? This might shock you, or maybe it won't. But because I brought Kellen in, because I had that gut feeling to bring her in, I think I'm rooting for Kellen
Okay.
out of left field.
Okay, that's
But I'm
interesting.
rooting for Kellen.
Interesting. I'm gonna root for Kim on this one.
All right, all right,
Okay, let us
great choice.
begin.
All right, so
Okay. So the first tribe alliance here, Chrissy, Sheree Fields, Danny Boatwright, Sarah Lucina, and Sophie Clark should not have gotten into alliance with Sheree, but we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, it's early. It's
Yeah.
early.
Okay, and then here's four-person
And then,
alliance:
all
Angelina,
right,
Mama C, Denise, and Karishma. So technically, this is
I'd
the
say they're more
majority.
consistent with their loyalty.
Yeah,
Yeah, but as we know with Suri, her and alliances don't mix well together.
yeah.
So
Odds are, by
who
the time they
knows?
go to their first trial, that alliance won't exist. Okay, and now
Exactly.
your
All right.
tribe has Brenda, Kellen, and Kim as an alliance, and then the other alliance is
Uh-huh.
Courtney, Natalie, and Tasha.
All right. So we got three or two alliances of three, and the only people that aren't in alliances right now is Andrea, Janet, and Laura. So will these three or will these six work together, or are the two different alliances going to use them as as swings?
Yeah, I have to
Interesting,
imagine that
interesting.
the people on outs are going to be like the chess pieces being used by one of these three alliances. Uh, it's just going to be a matter of can one
I
group
mean,
get two of those three.
it depends. It depends. I mean, if they're smart, they would all like make one big alliance until they get to the tribe swap.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, but you
we'll
know,
see.
it's never as simple as it is on Brantsteele.
No.
Okay, immunity challenge. My tribe wins immunity.
Oh shit.
That's win flags.
No.
The behavior of Denise is becoming appreciated around camp.
That's very nice.
And Courtney and
Yeah.
Kim have a minor fight.
I swear, is Courtney gonna?
If
Is
Courtney
Courtney
goes,
going to be? No. Oh no. No.
she can't get along with anyone on our Survivor.
Oh, Courtney, no. Okay.
I'm gonna say Courtney.
I'm gonna say Courtney too, but oh no.
First vote goes to Courtney.
This is sad because this is sad. I brought
Second
so
vote
many people I
goes to
like. They didn't
Court.
really bring a lot of tribal fodder too. I'm like,
Third
why did
vote
I do this
goes
to
to
myself?
Courtney. Fourth vote goes to Kim.
Courtney, no.
Fifth vote goes to
Oh, I
Kim.
don't want Kim to go either.
Sixth vote goes to Kim. Seventh vote goes to Kim. Eighth vote goes to Courtney. Last votes. Courtney is voted off for
No.
3 times.
Ouch. 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 Oh.
Oh,
Oh God.
that is
Oh,
rough.
that is sad.
That is rough.
Ooh.
How? How does this happen?
Brantsteele just doesn't like Courtney.
Apparently, we've talked about this, but we think that Brantsteele chooses certain
Sometimes
people as
picks
to
their
either do
fave.
terrible or amazing. Harvey has that amazing gene where she just has to do really good. Courtney has the one that just she has to be first out.
Oh, Courtney, I'm so sorry.
Okay, so Andrea votes for
I brought
Courtney.
you into this world just to get your heart broken for a third time.
Brenda votes for Courtney.
Yeah.
Courtney votes for Kim. Janet votes for Courtney. Kellen votes for Courtney. Kim votes for Courtney. Laura votes for Kim. Natalie votes for Kim, and Tasha votes for Kim.
Wow.
So there goes Courtney.
So we got three people on the out. Yeah. Wow. All right.
So starting off strong. Okay. Yeah, look at that. So not as strong now.
It's still there. That's still
okay,
no,
reward challenge.
consistently
Your tribe wins rewards. They win a tarp And
Oh,
both of the
nice.
tribes
Yay.
could keep the supplies used in the challenge. Cool.
Ooh, Gucci.
But my tribe wins
And
immunity. Oh.
hi.
Oh, geez. My Brantsteele just froze.
Oh. Oh.
Oh, there he goes. Oh, we're so good. We're so good. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so no one finds the idol on
What
your
the
side.
actual?
Wait, what? No way!
Yep. Because if you find it from another tribe,
Huh.
you have to give it to someone else.
Yeah, because they're on the same beach. So Danny Boatwright, using her social game, manages to convince Laura to give her the idol.
What? Oh God.
Chrissy, you found the idol and gives it to Laura.
Oh, well, that's nice.
Yeah, so Laura
Looks like
finds it.
Laura is actually doing pretty good on the social game.
Yeah.
It's like you give what you get, or you get what you give.
How funny would it have been if Danny found the idol and gave it to Laura? Like if they just didn't switch.
That would have been an interesting little tribe dynamic.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how this. Oh no.
Well, it's
Oh
now
no.
a very weak alliance.
I'm scared now.
Well, I think it might be Kim.
It might be, but either Kim, Kellen, or Brenda. I feel it's one of those three, and I just started liking Kellen, so I don't want her to go.
Then just say Kim or Brenda.
I'm gonna say Brenda.
Laura does not play the idol. First vote goes to Andrea. Second vote goes to Andrea. Third vote goes to Kim. Fourth vote goes to Kim. Fifth vote goes to Andrea. Sixth vote goes to Andrea. Seventh vote goes to Kim. Eighth vote and final. We are tied between Kim Spradlin and Andrea.
If they're smart, they would go with Andrea.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as in like vote for Andrea off.
Yeah. I still think they're going to go Kim. I think this is just trying to flush any potential idols.
Potentially.
First vote goes to Andrea. Second vote goes to Andrea. Third vote goes to Kim. Fourth vote goes to Kim. Fifth vote goes to Andrea. Sixth vote and player leaving is Andrea.
It's sad, but I get it. Yeah. I totally get it. She is a very big strategic threat.
Yeah. Okay. Andrea votes for Kim. Brenda votes for Andrea. Janet votes for Andrea. Kellen votes for Andrea. Kim votes for Andrea. Laura votes for Kim. Natalie votes for Kim, but changes to Andrea. So she's the reason that we don't get a deadlock in the Purple Rock situation.
I mean, it's smart. It's very, very smart move.
Yeah.
You don't want to go to Rock.
Yeah, but it's fun.
Not if you're in it.
I don't know. I think I would love doing
Purple
Rock Survivor on Survivor. Serene not breaking up her alliance. Good for her. It's a real character growth. Oh, and they win reward.
Right,
they win
so you
fishing
guys
supplies
won reward.
in a canoe.
That's nice. Now, can my team win immunity?
They cannot. My tribe wins immunity yet again. Krishna and Chrissy have a minor fight. I don't know why. Yeah, your tribe is just. This is always the case with your tribe.
Does it really matter?
Laura has the idol, no idol hidden.
I thought I would have an edge at the. I thought I'd have an edge with the women's one.
Yeah.
I usually always at whenever we only choose 9. I usually am like, oh, can I get the 5 girls and you get the 5 guys, and I thought I would have the advantage in this one.
Yeah, do not doesn't seem like it's working out like that.
I'm gonna say Laura because she didn't people.
So you think she's not gonna play her idol and get voted out with an idol in her pockets?
I don't think she's going to play it.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Kim again because she's been on the chopping block. First vote goes to Natalie. Second vote goes to Natalie. Third vote goes to Natalie. Fourth vote goes to Kim. Fifth vote goes to Kim. Sixth vote goes to Kim. Seventh vote player leaving is Natalie. Kim's straddling, just avoiding danger.
She's just racking up all the votes.
Yeah. If she gets voted out next, she's gonna have like the most votes at the end of this, no matter what. Like she has so many.
I don't think it's gonna happen at this point because like she's in the majority of the alliance.
Yeah, but Laura's on the outs with an idol. Very possible.
That's if. So is Tasha, but that's if they lose again, which given my record, it's totally possible, but at the same time,
you got to imagine at some point my tribe has to go. At some point my tribe has to go.
Yeah. Or maybe they do the thing where in actual one world where maybe your team gives up immunity to mine.
That would be interesting. That'd be cool if they added that into this.
It wouldn't be cool if my team wins and they're like, no, we want to vote people off.
That would be hilarious. Best episode ever would be that. Hey, your tribe wins rewards. They can pick either a 12
use that reward.
Oh, they're getting a basket of donuts.
Donuts are power.
And immunity challenge. Your tribe wins immunity.
Thank you.
Good on you.
Thank you. What's that? See, donuts are power. Yeah. Donuts are power. Hashtag it.
Oh, I thought they were going to say that they broke up, but no, it's now a medium strength alliance. Actually, that made it worse. Actually, the alliance is weaker now.
Ooh. So I guess like they've had so many days of peace. Now it's like when it's time.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still strong. 5 is pretty strong. Mm-hmm. Just not like too strong.
Yeah, they still have the numbers.
Oh, Brenda and Janet bond.
Yeah, look at that.
That's very nice.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna say Angelina.
Angelina. I mean, it's a little bit of a shot in the dark, in my opinion. I'm gonna say Karishma.
So I kind of. It has to be someone that's not in that 5 because that's all we really have to go on.
Who's not in the 5? It's Angelina.
Angelina isn't. Sophie isn't.
Here, I can just go back real fast.
I don't think Denise is.
Okay, so Chrissy, Suri, Danny, Sarah, and Sophie.
Oh, Sophie is.
Yeah.
So Denise isn't. Damn it! I have the thing in front of me. Denise isn't. Angelina isn't. Mama C isn't. And Karishma isn't.
Okay, so yeah, I think it's going to be Karishma.
I'm still thinking Angelina.
Danny does not play the idol. First vote goes to Angelina. Second vote goes to Chrissy. It's going to be Angelina. Third vote goes to Chrissy.
Better.
Fourth vote goes to Angelina. Fifth vote goes to Chrissy. Sixth vote goes to Angelina. Seventh vote goes to Angelina. 8th vote goes to Chrissy. Last vote,
Oh no.
Angelina.
Okay. All right. I can
Yes.
sleep at night.
Angelina trying to become the next Parvati, and it did not work out.
No.
So yeah,
No.
it's that 5 stuck together. Okay, let's go to the twists. Okay,
All right.
so the first, the new Monono tribe consists of Chrissy, Sari, Denise, Janet, Kim, Laura, and Lucina.
All right. So you're well, I mean, with this split, it was going to be obvious that one of my teams was going to be outnumbered. So
Mhm.
it looks like but Laura has an idol, so maybe there's some shenanigans. If
True.
she has an idol, she's not a big fan of Kim.
Mhm.
Who knows how that can play?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, and then the new Solani tribe is Brenda, Carolyn, Danny, Karishma, Kellen, Sophie, and Tasha.
That's not good for me.
Yeah. Both sides are down a person.
Yikes.
Yeah.
So hopefully, there's some fractions or like some fractures in between some of these peeps.
Mhm.
Mama C and Karishma aren't with Sophie and Danny, so maybe there's some wiggle room there.
Yeah. See, on the Monono
All right,
tribe,
so
three of that power alliance are together still, and they got Denise as well. Over here, I think this is probably your best chance, I'd say, and is this alliance for my peeps to go home. Okay, Monono tribe wins rewards. They win peanut butter jelly sandwiches and coffee.
All right, sweet. Coffee's always nice.
And the Monono tribe wins immunity.
Oh no, Kellen.
And now that is now a very strong alliance. Janet, Kim, and Laura.
Oh, okay. Huh. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. They're deciding to stick together. So that means that I'm assuming that if Monono goes to tribal, Laura's probably going to play her idol for at least someone.
Idol's going to get played.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carolyn and Sophie have a minor fight. See, this is what you needed. My group is not sticking together on this tribe.
Yeah.
So I think it's either Carolyn or Sophie. I'm going to say Mama C.
I'm going to say Sophie.
First vote goes to Kellen. Second vote goes to Sophie.
Please.
Third vote goes to Tasha. Fourth vote goes to Sophie.
Uh-oh.
Fifth vote goes to Sophie. Sixth vote and player leaving is Sophie. In a 5-1. So who voted differently? So Danny voted for Kellen. So she was out of the vote. And Sophie voted for Tasha.
That doesn't mean diddly. She has the idol.
Yeah, true. Okay. She might just have to play it at this next tribal.
Potentially. I feel like no matter what, an idol is going to be played in the next episode or this episode.
It's definitely seeming like it. And the Monono tribe wins reward. They win steaks, sausages, vegetables, condiments, and wine.
Yay.
And the Monono tribe wins immunity.
All right, so I'm nervous to see what Little Miss Vote Right does.
Yeah, Danny has the idol.
We have nothing to really go on either.
It is just a random shot in the dark.
I'm gonna say uh I'm gonna say Tasha.
I feel like an idol play is gonna happen. It's gonna be whoever gets idled out here. Uh,
Yeah,
I'm gonna say Mama C. Danny plays the idol. First one goes to Danny, does not
smart.
count. Second vote goes to Danny, does not count. Third vote goes to Danny, does not count. She played it correctly. Fourth vote goes to Danny, does not count. Fifth vote goes to Danny, does not count. She plays the
Oh no!
only vote that matters, and that is to get rid of Tasha.
Sometimes I hate it when I'm right.
Oh,
I hate it when I'm right sometimes.
wow. I mean, not a good place for Danny moving forward in this game.
I mean, but she's in the game still,
Yeah, true.
so she kind of had to.
Yeah, but hey, we're at the merge.
Yeah.
So I guess it didn't matter too much.
Both Kellen and Kim are still in the mix.
Yeah, look at that. Okay, so here's our merge. Who are you rooting for the most going into this?
I'm gonna say Kellen, but I also am like, if Kim wins, that'll be okay too.
Uh-huh. Man, Danny played it idol correctly to keep herself in this game. I'm still going to keep rooting for Danny.
You know, it's more than she did in.
I think she might make All Stars. I'm just saying, she might make All Stars.
It's your choice if you want to bring her to All Stars.
Yeah,
I will respect your decision.
She's I think if she makes a few more votes, I think she's got a case. Alliances reward challenge. Kellen, Karishma, Brenda,
Yay.
Christy, Kim, and Carolyn win reward. They win pizza and beer.
Here, awesome.
And Karishma wins immunity. Look at her go.
Good on Karishma. Good on Karishma.
Oh, and Mama C, Danny and Karishma's alliance dissolves.
Ooh.
Not looking good for Danny, I gotta say. Not looking good for Danny.
I'm gonna have to say Danny for this.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
And I have justifiable cause.
Yeah.
I'm not doing what I did with Taylor and be like, oh, Taylor. I'm saying Danny because it dissolved.
Yeah.
And she was getting into a beef with Mom.
Yeah, she doesn't have any friends out there right now.
No.
First vote goes to Kellen. Second vote goes to Kim.
Where?
Third vote goes to Kellen. Fourth vote goes to Kim. Fifth vote goes to Chrissy. Sixth vote goes to Chrissy. Seventh vote goes to Kim. Eighth vote goes to Chrissy. Ninth vote goes to Chrissy. 10th vote goes to Kellen. 11th vote goes to Kim. 12th vote and player leaving is Chrissy. In a 5 to 4 to 3 votes. And Kim still surviving this game.
She is just racking. She might beat Sia's record.
Yeah, she is quite a bit right now. So Brenda votes for Chrissy, Carolyn votes for Chrissy, Chrissy votes for Kim, Sari votes for Kim, Danny votes for Kim, Denise votes for Chrissy, Janet votes for Kellen, Krishna votes for Chrissy, Kellen votes for Chrissy, Kim votes for Kellen, Laura votes for Kellen, and Sarah votes for Kim.
Now the thing is, do those 5 stay together, or do the 6 come against the 5?
Yeah, that's the question. I'm not sure. As long as Danny survives another episode.
If she does, as long as Kellen does.
Reward challenge. Janet, Sari, Danny, Kellen, and Laura win rewards. They'll have burgers, steaks, hot dogs, pies, and all the 7-Up they can drink. Oh, and they were allowed to bring back 7-Up. Look at that. And
that's nice.
Denise Stapley wins immunity.
Cool. Very cool.
And Sarah and Denise spawn slightly. Look at that.
All right. There's not really too much to go on for this.
Yeah.
Huh.
I'm gonna say Karishma.
Just because she won the first individual immunity, that's really all I have to base off of this.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, I know that she also had.
I'm gonna say Karishma as well.
I know she's had a fight in the pre-merge, so maybe that might play into it. First vote goes to Kim. Second vote goes to Kim.
Kim getting all the.
Third vote goes to Kim. Fourth vote goes to Kellen. Fifth vote goes to Kellen. Sixth vote goes to Kim. Seventh vote goes to Kellen. Eighth vote goes to Kellen. Ninth vote goes to Kellen.
No.
10th vote goes to Kim. 11, and the player leaving is Kellen.
No! I'm sorry, Kellen.
We gotta disrespect Kim Spradlin still being in this game. Every time she's had the opportunity to get voted off, she's racked up votes.
She survives it. That's very admirable. Why Kellen?
Yeah.
I just got on the Kellen shirt.
Brenda votes for Kim. Carolyn votes for Kim. Sari votes for Kellen. Danny votes for Kellen. Denise votes for Kim. Janet votes for Kellen. Karishma votes for Kim. Kellen votes for Kim. Kim votes for Kellen. Laura votes for Kellen. And Lucina votes for Kellen. Well, here we are, final 10.
Let's see who makes it to the halfway mark.
Danny, Brenda, Laura, Carolyn, and Denise win rewards. Barbecue feast on another island. And Laura Lorette wins immunity.
I can respect that.
So she has the idol and she has immunity.
Now, they could do a power move and she can play it for Kim and knock off someone like, I'm going to throw it out there, Danny, or Mama C, or Sari.
Yeah, the question is, does she want to keep it for herself? So we're going to have to see if she wants to.
It would behoove her to use it. It'll give it to Kim.
Laura does not play the idol. First vote goes to Denise.
Oh.
Second vote goes to Brenda. Third vote goes to Brenda. Fourth vote goes to Brenda. Fifth vote goes to Denise. Sixth vote goes to Denise. Seventh vote goes to Denise. Eighth vote goes to Brenda. Ninth vote goes to Brenda. 10th vote and player leaving is Brenda.
Yikes.
That's a lot of your players now.
I have three people left.
Out of 9.
In the women's. Yikes.
Yeah, that's not good.
Not how.
Brenda votes for Denise. Carolyn votes for Brenda. Sari votes for Brenda. Danny votes for Brenda. Denise votes for Brenda. Janet votes for Denise. Karishma votes for Brenda. Kim votes for Denise. Laura votes for Denise. And Sarah votes for Brenda. Well.
Man.
Okay. It's looking like Kim is somehow making it pretty far. Survivor auction. And Sari wins immunity. Look at that. Good for her.
Yay.
but Suri and Carolyn have a major fight. So this might be Mama C's time.
Potentially. All right. I'm gonna say I don't think it's gonna be that. I think it's Kim's time despite all that.
Kim. I mean, I want her
Yeah.
to keep making it forward. I think it's hilarious that she's still in this game.
I
First
want
vote.
her to win, but it's not looking good.
Yeah.
Who is it?
First vote goes to
Karishma.
Karishma. Second vote goes to Kim. Third vote goes to Kim. Fourth vote goes to Kim. Fifth vote goes to Kim. Sixth vote goes to Karishma. Seventh vote goes to Karishma. Eighth vote and player leaving is Kim. Kim is finally gone.
Racked up a lot of votes along the way, and now I have two Pete.
And which one? Who are they? It's Laura.
It's Janet and Laura Moret.
Janet and Laura. Hey, they have a chance.
It's looking grim.
They were on the outs.
Think this is
they were on. Yeah, your tribe's just getting decimated.
Is this? I think this is the final nail because we're recording this in 2020 still. This is my final 2020 thing.
Yeah, I gotta say, I think Laura's got to play her idol at this next tribal. Otherwise, it might be her going home.
She has to. They need to. Janet, Laura, find cracks.
Suri wins reward and shares it with Janet and Danny. Janet's maybe finding a crack here with Suri and Danny.
Potentially.
And Suri wins immunity. Look at Suri go.
Suri might win this season. Wouldn't that be something?
That'd be crazy. Suri and Laura bond a loss.
All right. That could be a. She got into a fight with Mama C last time. Suri did. So it could be.
If she flips it over her on Mama C, like this is definitely the Suri episode. Because Suri's done like so much. Okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna say Mama C because I think it'd be great. Laura does not play the idol. First vote goes to Karishma. Second vote goes to Karishma. Third vote goes to Karishma. Fourth vote goes to Mama C. Fifth vote goes to Mama C. Sixth vote goes to Mama C. Seventh vote goes to Mama C. Eighth vote and player leaving. Wow, she flipped it.
All right,
but your people were still on the outs.
Because of course.
I don't know why, but they still were.
Man.
Yeah. So
I feel like.
Hey, Laura's gonna play her idol this time. She's gotta. She just
gonna win as a big screw you to me, isn't she? Danny is just gonna win just as a straight up screw you to me. I'm calling it. This Brantsteele has overheard all of our conversations, and she's gonna be. And the Brantsteele decided to just rig it in her favor. I'm just gonna call it.
Janet wins rewards. She won the loved ones rewards, which is a great sign. She shares it with Suri and Denise.
We already talked about how it's a bad thing.
Karishma wins.
We legit talked about this, and Karishma wins. Can't one of my people win?
Hey, Suri found the idol.
Would that be so bad?
Look at that.
Of course, because she's on your team.
I think Suri might win this game. But the behavior of Jan is becoming pretty sure around camp. So they're gonna keep. So they're gonna vote Laura. Laura's gonna play the idol, and someone else is going home.
We'll see.
Laura plays the idol. Suri does not. First vote goes to Laura, it does not count. Second vote goes to Laura, it does not count. Third vote goes to Laura, does not count. Fourth vote goes to Laura, does not count. Played it correctly. Fifth vote goes to Laura, does not count. Danny Boatwright has been eliminated. She gets idled out.
I knew. I just had to play down my hatred of Danny a little bit, and she would not win.
Danny, she made it
I had
so
to play
far.
it down.
I mean, she's still coming back for All Stars.
That's your choice.
So
I had
we're
to
assuming
just
Janet and Laura
play
are
down.
well, it's still not a very good position for Laura and Janet.
You know, Danny is gone. I'm okay with anyone winning at this point.
I think Cherie's winning. I think Cherie's winning this game.
I would be happy if Cherie won this. Though I kind of want to see Laura win.
Karishma
or Janet
wins reward, and she shares it with Cherie and Lucina. And Cherie wins immunity.
I think her and Karishma are the most likely people to win this game.
Yeah. Denise and Karishma bond a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna say it's Laura. I think she played IO correctly. Gave her one more tribal, but I think this is it.
I think it might be, yeah. It's unfortunate.
First vote goes to Janet. Second vote goes to Karishma. Third vote goes to Janet. Fourth vote goes to Karishma. Fifth vote goes to Karishma. Karishma has been voted out.
She got the Kim treatment, or not the Kim, the Cat treatment.
Wow.
Wow.
So Denise and Karishma were on the outs of this one. Good for Laura and Janet. Sticking around one more vote.
I mean, they made it. They just need to 2 more.
Yeah, so we already know Cherie is guaranteed Final Four because she has the idol. So let's see who wins immunity. Cherie wins immunity. Now the question is she going to play that?
Give it to pretty much.
Oh, here's her dissolve. Her treacherous side is coming back. She dissolves her alliance with Lucina.
So that I think, this might be Denise's time.
I think it might be Lucina's.
I think it's Denise.
What if Cherie is now working with Janet and Laura? She's bonded a lot.
I would like that because it increases my odds by
a lot. Cherie does not play the idol. First vote goes to Sarah. Second vote goes to Sarah. Third vote goes to Janet. Fourth vote goes to Janet. Fifth vote player leaving is Janet.
Nah. Janet does good on our Brantsteele. She's made it to the finale twice.
Yeah.
Props for her.
True. Okay, well, if Laura wins
now,
immunity
can Laura
here,
win it?
I think that's the only case she makes it to the. I think that's the only case she makes it to the final 3. I think that's the only way she makes it. Lucina wins
is such a big threat. It would benefit. Who does?
Sarah.
Okay. Sorry, there was a little lag. So, I mean, Cherie played such a great game. They kind of, if it's a Final Four, you have to take out Cherie at this point. Yeah. So she is the biggest threat to win the game.
Well, we already see the first vote is
I'm going to say Cherie.
I'm going to say it's Laura. Vote. First vote goes to Denise.
I'm going to say Cherie.
Second vote goes to Laura. Third vote goes to Laura. And the last person voted out of this game is Laura Moretz. Okay. So Cherie should win this handily. But is she? That's
She
the
should. If
question. That
not,
is the question. Okay.
if she doesn't,
There was a
I'm
4-4
mad.
1 tie for the winner between Suri and Denise.
All right.
Suri
So Sarah
wins
decides
due
it.
to the vote for Sarah changing.
Well deserved. Well deserved. It
Suri.
shouldn't have been that close, but well deserved. I mean, I'm glad that Denise gets second place,
Yeah.
but man,
Yeah. I mean, Suri finally is, she was etched as one of our big all-stars, and now she's also going to be going into our winners at war. So that's good kind of good person to bring into that.
yeah.
Okay, let's see who voted for who. So Chrissy was the one person to vote for Sarah, so she ends up
Chrissy was just
helping
like,
Suri win by changing her votes. Kellen votes for Denise. Brenda votes for Suri. Kim votes for Denise. Carolyn votes for Denise. Danny votes for Suri. Karishma votes for Denise. Janet votes for Suri. And Laura votes for Suri.
yeah.
And Brenda wins the fan favorite, apparently. When
Okay,
did she get voted
a
out?
little random, but
Yeah, she was in the jury.
she was like, yeah, 10.
Yeah,
I'm interested to see how many votes did Kim get.
yeah, that's gonna be a interesting one. 25.
Holy shit. Wow.
I'm just saying. I think you got to bring Kim
That
back
is
for
a
All
lot.
Stars.
I was going to, that is literally, that is 2.5 times more than anyone else. That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
And Suri making the record for most female wins, which I think is super fitting for this season.
Yeah, exactly. And she got no votes. She never got voted out. Like, got a single vote.
So well deserved win.
Yeah.
Very well deserved win.
Yeah, definitely. Laura was considered the most strategic, followed by Danny Boatwright. Danny Boatwright. And then Mama Sue. Well, that was a fun episode. I think we got some good all-star candidates.
We got good all-star candidates. However, I guess like I'm gonna have to see watching it, because watching it I might find it a bit more enjoyable than going through it. Because sometimes it's a little disheartening when you have no one in the finale.
Yeah, I feel that.
Well, I mean in the final three, I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually thought that you were gonna. I thought it was gonna be Suri, Laura, and Janet in the final three for a second.
I mean, it's Sarah's fault for not taking out Brett.
Yeah,
She
true.
was vulnerable.
I think Sarah was the one that really kind of fumbled that end game for her. I think she was comfortable with her alliance and just decided to ride it out. Okay, well, I guess that's going to do it for this episode of the Day After podcast.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was I've told him before, I always have fun with these. This one was brutal, in my opinion.
Yeah, this was
for me at least. I guess. Well, pretty much all but 4 people of mine made it through the. Let me count. I had the cards were stacked against me by so much, and then the fear of Danny actually winning loomed over me for time. So
Mhm.
I'm gonna watch it back
Honestly, if
and I'm
Laura
gonna
doesn't
laugh.
idol Danny out,
But, yeah.
Danny might win that season. So Laura's the real hero in
All
your
right.
eyes.
Well,
She's the Danny Slayer.
I'm still like Kim. Laura, I'm glad she did so well. Kim, I'm glad she has like the heat record on her now. Kellen, at least she made it merge. But yeah, and also we can't understate Courtney getting voted out first 3 times.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, actually. She's gonna end a Brantsteele record pretty much, just never getting past the first tribal.
That's I should man. I think Courtney is probably done at this point. She's like, there's no reason to come back for a fourth.
Yeah,
unless she wants to extend her record.
Unless we do a first boot season using our Brantsteele first boots.
Maybe. Okay.
All
right, guys.
Well, we'll catch you on the next episode of the Day After podcast.
Peace out, guys.